microscope is an optical instrument having a magnifying lens or a combination of lenses for inspecting objects too small to be seen or too small to be seen distinctly in detail by the unaided eye. The microscope helps us overcome the limitations of our own eyesight, such as things being too far away or too small, or beyond our ability to observe without some sort of device's help. Just like the telescope was critical to astronomy, the microscope was critical to biology. Around 1000 AD, the first version of the microscope was invented by an unknown person. The reading stone, as it was called, was a glass sphere that magnified when laid on top of reading material. Then, in 1284, Italian Salvano di Armate invented the first pair of reading glasses and encouraged inventors to further the invention of the microscope. In 1590, two Dutch eyeglass makers, Zacharias and Hans Janssen, experimented with multiple lenses placed in a tube. The Janssens observed that viewed objects in front of the tube appeared greatly enlarged. They're credited with the invention of the forerunner on compound microscopes and telescopes because of their discovery. In 1665, English physicist Robert Hooke looked at a sliver of cork through a microscope lens and noticed some pores, or later known as cells, in it. After Hooke made his phenomenal discovery using the compound microscope lens in 1674, Anton van Leeuwenhoek built a simple microscope with only one lens to examine blood, yeast, insects, and many other small particles. Leeuwenhoek was the first person to describe bacteria, and he invented new methods for grinding and polishing microscope lenses that allowed for curvatures, providing magnifications up to 270 diameters, the best available lenses at that time. The 18th century was a critical era for microscopes. Technical innovations improved microscopes and led to microscopy becoming popular amongst scientists. Lenses combining two types of glass reduced the chromatic effect, the disturbing halos resulting from differences in refraction of light. In 1830, Joseph Jackson Lister invented the prototype for the compound microscope. Ernst Abbe created the formula for the maximum resolution in microscopes in 1872. In 1903, Richard Sigemundi developed the ultramicroscope that could study objects below the wavelength of light and won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for it. Fritz Zernick invented the phase contrast microscope that allowed for the study of colorless and transparent biological materials, for which he won the Nobel Prize. In 1931, Ernst Ruska co-invented the electron microscope, for which he won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1986. An electron microscope depends on electrons rather than light to view an object. Electrons are speeded up in a vacuum until their wavelength is extremely short, only 100,000 that of white light. Electron microscopes made it possible to view objects. Electrons are speeded up in a vacuum until their wavelength is extremely short, only 100,000 of that of white light. Electron microscopes make it possible to view objects as small as the diameter of an atom. In 1981, Gerd Binnig and Heinrich Rauer invented the scanning tunnel microscope that gives three-dimensional images of objects down to the atomic level. Binnig and Rauer won the Nobel Prize in Physics for 1986. The powerful scanning tunnel microscope is the strongest microscope to date.
Okay.
Back to you, Jake.
So now I'm going to name all the parts on the microscope. Right here are the eyepieces. This is the arm that you pick it up from, and you put your hand under the bottom whenever you pick it up. These are the objective lenses. There's different sizes, the stage controls are on the side. You make it go front, back, and side to side. The iris diaphragm, the mechanical stage that you move around, of course. The coarse focus, you make it go up and down so you can get a better focus on it. And then the fine focus on this one is on the sides also. And then on the very bottom right here, is the variable intensity control.